Hello, hello, hello. Hey friends, I'm a little late, but there. Let me just put my microphone to places. Hello Lulu, hello Sharon, Janneke, hello Frido, hi Rose, all my favorite people. Oops. Yeah. Hello Asheville. I hope I get to see you at the Fluid Art Experience. Hi everybody. So, I'm tired. I'm jet lagged. But, what does it help? It's gotta do what you gotta do, right? Cheers. This is a live stream. If you're there right now, we can chat. That will be really good. Great and wonderful. And if you watch the recorded version, that will be not right now, which is not now. I'm making a lot of sense. This is what we did last week. I just heard the terrier yell. I hope she's okay. She's outside, so that's never good. 1 second. Oh, there he is. Okay, she's fine. Close the door. Sorry and apologies. Last sip of matcha. I hope it's gonna save me for the day. Okay. My plan today was 2 different kind of things, but also 2 very similar things. So, hi Penny, thanks for coming in, even though it's not gonna be long. Do me a favor, guys, go on live chat. That way you see the chat real time and all of the messages and questions and everything. Hi Lisa. Okay, where was I? Oh, 2 different things. So I want to do a negative space wipe. Actually, I want to do 2. One is with a white background, and I want to do one with a hide and reveal. And then just compare the 2. And that's it. But use the same colors. So they will look fairly different. I hope... Now the terrier wants to come in. Sorry. I hope I'm able to... Hello Helga, come on in. I hope I'm still able to do a hide and reveal swipe. I haven't swiped in a long time. Sorry, I'm watching Helga. She's not the smartest tool, but cute. Okay, where was I? Let me show you the colors. At first I didn't want to go crazy, and I still not gonna go crazy because that's nothing that I do. I have different kinds of blues and nickel laser gold and black. So I'm not quite sure how far I will use all those blues. This is one that I haven't used for a while, but is still one of my favorites. It's Southern Ocean Blue by Matisse, and it's a little thick. I will thin that out. I just mixed that up. Then I have, which one was that? It's Cobalt Teal, also Matisse. Yup, pretty. A little bling. This is Mermaid by this little piggy. Really like, so I really like to use tone and tone colors, especially when there's a bling in it. I don't want the bling to be overwhelming and too kitschy, and that's, in my eyes, happens fairly quickly. So I just use the same shade or the same hue, same-ish hue, so it doesn't, you know, take over. And one of my favorites, I think all my colors that I use are my favorites. So this is Abalone. This is a baby bluish golden shift. Oop, I saw you. And now it's gone. Oh well. So those are my blues. And then I have Q-neck, quinacridone Nick Laser Gold, also a little. Too thick. Congratulations, you made it finally to alive. I love it. Thanks for trying, and thanks for being here, everybody. Okay, so I eyeball most of my paints. And I'm not sure if I did the right thing. Oh, it's the wrong one. Oh, me. So this is old paint. That's why it was so thick. And I already mixed up a new version. And it's this one, and not the one that I just added pouring medium to. So this makes more sense. The thickness and everything. There it is, Q-neg. And then I have black. So black will be my faux pillow. So I will basically do a minimal swipe on black and one on white. I think I have to rephrase that because no, never mind. That's what we're gonna do. Yeah. Okay. Let me see if there's some questions. When I'm painting, I probably gonna miss your questions. So once I will do two paintings. Those after the first one. How about when I do the flyover, you ask your questions, and then I'm going to be able to go into it and answer your questions. Does that make sense? I really hope so. Lisa. Yes, that's what I do. I measure and then, well, no, wait. So I make my pouring medium, which is Bear Dynasty and varnish. And it's usually 2:1, 3:1. See, I don't measure. And then I still eyeball it when I mix it with my paints, because every two paint and every pigment, you will get a different consistency with each paint. And then you have to, that I saw... Wait, I saw a question. What medium are you using to thin your paint? So there's two. My pouring medium is a deep base house paint, untinted. So it should dry clear without anything in it. And then I add varnish. You should be able to see that in the description box. Maybe not in this video, not in the live video, but the ones that I come out with every Friday have my ingredients written down. So I keep adding my pouring medium until I have the right consistency, unless the color gets paler. So at that point, I know I should not add more of the pouring medium. Then I just add more varnish to make it thin quicker. It's a little bit, I would say, start with measuring. Write down your measurements, and then see what you need. I don't think this is going to be a fun one, guys. Brain is not working. I hope that makes sense. I should answer that question a different time, or watch my video of how this whole thing works and how I mix my paints. Okay. I've gone from a 3-to-1 to a 2-to-1. You know, I did that too, but actually because the paint that I usually buy changed, so that happens too. Different batches have different consistencies, and they are made for painting your walls, so they don't care if we're thrown off. It's, you know, it doesn't really matter if you paint your wall. Good, Kim. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Okay. Oh, cool. So, sorry. Oh, God. Let me flip you around. Let's paint. Wait, there was one question. Lisa said, "Bear so thick. Valspa 3-to-1, but you ran out." But you ran out. So I use the polyacrylic, Minwax polyacrylic as my varnish, but I also have the Joe Sonia just to add a little bit. It's more superstition than actual, you know. Shut up, Jessica. Ah! So I had that Southern Ocean Blue that was a little bit too thick. Maybe I can. So I just added a little bit of varnish. Joe Sonia in that case. So I found that the Joe Sonia makes things very slippery, which it's supposed to do that. But depending on your deep base paint you're using, it might get too slippery, and then your cells get wonky. So this technique is stressful sometimes, very stressful. Okay, I've got two 12x12 canvases. I put my matcha bowl away. Put my pouring medium off to the side. There we go. Put my black over here. Cell activator is Australian Floetrol. This is Bright Gold by Golden. I think it's 1-to-1. Then I have Oxide Black, also Australian Floetrol, and I have Titanium White mixed with Australian Floetrol. This stuff is way thinner than my other colors, and it's supposed to be like that. Okay, now let me flip you around. Paint cans to be able to reach my camera. Okay, you flipped around. Hello. And there we are. Very messy around my silicone mat. Okay. Oh, Janneke, really? Amsterdam changed ingredients. That's interesting. Well, they do that all the time, I'm guessing. Not all the time, but I bet they want to get cheaper and better. All that stuff. Okay, 12 by 12. My pillow paint is the PPG Multi-Pro. Make sure it is eggshell. That's at least what I like. Eggshell and what satin would be the next higher sheen. Works too, but nothing more glossy. Let's start with a minimal swipe on white. This stuff is nice and thick. It was very humid and hot here the last days, which really throws me off. Nothing really works the way I'm used to. I hope it's better today, even though it's still pretty warm. January. Okay, I have a tiny, well, it's not that tiny, but it's one of my smaller palette knives, and I can't tell you where it's from. I assume it's Fluid Art Co. It's so dirty I just don't know. Yep. Let me start loading it. And I want to start with gold. I haven't done one of these, I think like 3 lives ago, and that was it. I'm gonna add the white cell activator off camera. That is it. How about I do basically the same, sorry guys, the same Reihenfolge, order. So I will add on top of my cell activator a teeny tiny bit of my black. There we go. On top of that, a teeny tiny bit of my Southern Ocean Blue. Sorry for doing that off camera. Mermaid teal. And be aware, I will flip the whole thing over, so what's on top here will be on the bottom later. So that was teal abalone next. Oh, and I forgot about the Q-neck. Q-neck. There we go. I think I want to go just like this. And I want to spread all my colors. But I don't want to dunk it into my white. I want to stay on top of it. Ooh, I like the colors. And I'm not necessarily wanna scoop and drag. I'm totally tempted because this would be the space where I would do it. The only reason is there's so much cell activator. Okay, I will do the same thing. Start with gold. I hope I won't. I will probably forget. Okay, golden white, tiny bit of black, Southern Ocean Blue, then mermaid, teal, abalone, Q-neck. There we go. Whoop, it's dripping. And I will start in here. And I will definitely want to keep some negative space. I really really wanna do something with that cell activator. Okay, I'm gonna be a little faster now, but do the same thing again. Okay, so gold, cell activator. Make sure you clean your palette knife when you reload, because we don't want any of the pillow paint on top of it. Okay, that's the black. Southern Ocean Blue. Mermaid. Teal. Abalone. Cunag. There we go. This looks very promising right there, but I don't... Ah, shoot. I lost a piece. Oh well. There we go. Where's the tray from? What kind of tray are you referring to? Blue blanket? Do you mean the spinner? Spinner is mine, and you can get it from my homepage, if that's what the tray means. Okay, so I like the colors. There's some right here, it looks like a really dark brown, and I'm not sure why. Okay, I will start stretching it out, and I will try to move the white, but also have my flow in mind. Oh, can you see the sparkle? Ooh. Okay, so as soon as my paint, the colored paint in this case, touches a corner, it will anchor down. And what I mean by that is the paint on those edges gets, because it's running down, really thin. So this paint will touch the canvas, maybe not really touch it, but get the layer below gets so thin that it's not going to be able to move a lot anymore. And then it will stay at that point. And I will try to not make that happen just yet. I want to be free. So free. Color combo is a winner, that's for sure. Okay. I think I want to stay diagonal. Right now I could still change that. Try to, well, to a certain point. I'm probably not going to be able to move that 180 degrees. But I could probably get it more like this. But I want to keep this. Let me spin it. Hi, Hi, Janelle. Yeah, I'm glad you're here. Oh, okay, okay. Too bad I lost all of this. I basically want to show you what the difference of those two techniques are. So I will be teaching both of them in Asheville. One is called the negative, it's about negative space, and we're doing swipes that are on white, and how to leave negative space, how to make sure you don't use too much paint, and all the things that you have to be aware of. And then I do the hide and reveal, which that one we're gonna do next here. What was my point? Oh, that I'm teaching that in Nashville. And I want you all to come. Oops. Okay. So cool. Let me see what's moving. Color combination is great. Love it. I was a little worried about the abalone and the nickel gold, but it ain't that bad. I'm gonna get some gloves, because now this is the messy part. Get some paint off. I can tell it's warm because my pillow paint is super thin. It's okay when it comes out of the can, but when it sits a few minutes on the canvas, it's like milk almost. And I was actually looking forward to winter time and being able to paint a little bit better. Oh well. Okay, cleaning the edges so it doesn't run down more. Okay, let me see if you can see. I love these gradients here, the darker blue and the mix with the yellow. Hope you can see the blingy parts. Let me put this aside and let's do a dark one. So I put my canvases just on old cans of paint, because I always have them laying around. But they also kind of stick to the paintings. Alright. Enough space. Let me get the other canvas. Phew, okay. Wish me luck. Alright. There you go. I did put water underneath. That's how that sounds. Okay. All right. Whew. Let me get a spreader. So those guys is what I use to spread my paint out in a thin but even layer. That way I don't use too much paint. I mean, I think I still do use a little bit too much, but it's better than using a stir stick or pouring it out of your container. Those, you can get those in the United States in any kind of hardware store. It's usually in the car section because it's used with Bondo, that's the company. There's cheaper kinds, but actually the Bondo ones are the best ones because they are thick and nice. Let me show you a cheaper one. This guy, I got this from a actual auto part place, but look at that. Can you see? It's like super, they don't hold their shape. And that's kind of what I want. Yeah, those ones. For this way, we need a little bit less of the pillow paint because we're gonna add a bunch of other paints on top of it, so we don't really need too much of this. We still need some because we want to, she said, and put on a bunch. It's just what I do, I'm sorry. Okay, so reverse the order. Let's start with a nickel laser coat then. Very important here also is to remember where you put your paint. I want just to have a good comparison after. Also do a diagonal one. Okay, so we had that, and then we had abalone. I think the matcha starts to work. Okay, that was a lot. Yeah, you can see that this version uses way more paint, but hopefully we won't see all that paint. At least that's my plan. That's the teal. So I scrape all the paint back in the container just to save it. Then we had mermaid. Oh, there goes my stir stick. And back in the container. Hoopla. That's my Southern Ocean blue. Do this so I will remember that I put my paint in that direction. Okay. Paint back in the container. Cleaning my tool. Okay, here's my black. So it's fairly important that you mix this black early enough so you can get all your bubbles out. If you want to keep those, if you want those bubbles on purpose, that's fine. I sometimes do that. But Got a bunch of not so good. Hega, it's okay. Don't yell. No, no, no. She does her cute little and she's too lazy to actually bark. Where was I? Don't remember. Oh, yeah. Let it sit to get all the bubbles out. Can look cool for a spacey swipe. The kind that we're going to do in Asheville will be Aurora Borealis, Northern Lights. So we're going to use that color scheme, and we're going to be happy if we have some bubbles that pop to make it look more spacey. Here I just want to make sure that my black is everywhere and there's enough of it so I don't have weird gray spots after. Okay. And now we have the paint in the exact same order, just hidden underneath my black. Clean my hands real quick. The black is not selective either. The black is the same as all my other colors, just way more. Okay, let's pop those bubbles, because you get bubbles with the layering itself. There's always going to be some kind of air underneath. Okay, so I had gold on my palette knife and white. So let's do this same thing again. And that's it. So those are maybe 3 drops of gold and 1 single drop of white. You really need tiny, teeny, tiny amounts. Okay. So the difference now is I have way more paint on here than I had with the minimal swipe before. So I actually do want to get a little bit deeper to touch the layer below and make the magic happen. So if I just stayed on top of the black and just skim the black, you will not see the colors underneath. So you do want to be deep enough, and I do that by going up and down. And then can you see them already? They are coming up. Ooh, I like it. Ooh, ooh, I like it. Sweet. Again, I want to scoop and drag here. Why not? Let me just do it. All right. I just love those colors. Southern Ocean Blue is one of my favorites. I really like the brand too, the Matisse brand. They're just so freaking expensive over here. Okay, so did the same thing. Okay, let me do this. Paint's here a little bit more forgiving. Oh, I like this. Oh, I need to do these again. I've been so obsessed with my hair dryer lately. And I still like it. Still love it, especially with this hide and reveal. I'm not very confident on teaching that just yet because I still have to make the what's it called, hairdryer work. Okay, let's put another one down here. Okay, and then let's give this just a few minutes to develop. Oh, this is gorgeous. So no wonder no hair dry today. I thought, you know, there's a bunch of people who are not into the hair dryer and don't really follow me on that. I just wanted to make those people happy. Do you understand why I love this layering and why I do the black and the colors underneath? I get a lot of comments like, why don't you just use a black pillow? Why don't you just But the effect is just spectacular to me. It works a lot with the contrast, having those colors pop up with white underneath and then the black next to it, so that that to me is just magical. Okay, I do the same thing here. Move it around, loosen it up a little bit before I finally spin it. Oh, can you see the shimmer already? Oh. Okay, so before I spin, I make sure that everything that I want to keep is in the middle. Once I spin, all the paint will go outwards, equally from the middle of your spinner, so not the middle of your canvas. That's why you want to make sure the canvas is centered. Let me just do it because ha 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 ha. All right. This part, guys, love it. I feel like I stopped in the middle of something. Was I saying something important? I have the red shiny ball syndrome. Okay, but I do the same thing. And you see what I meant earlier with the anchoring? This part here touches the corner. The paint underneath is really thin, so that doesn't really have a lot to move. So the middle is still very, very, very movable. Oh gosh, guys. I'm gonna make one of those in big. Ooh. And there you see all the bubbles popping up. Oh, and then my big old fingers messing up the corner. Let me see if I can fix that somehow. I will still, okay, two things. There was one blob right here that needs to go. Hope I got it. I think I did. And then there are some bubbles. I do not mind them when they're like, I don't know if you can see that at the tip of my palette knife. If the blue is shining through, but if the white pillow paint comes up, I rather pop them or dunk them. And then here you can see what I meant with when the black is not thick enough. So the pouring medium I mix my paints with is transparent. And you basically dilute your paints, which makes those, no matter if they're labeled opaque or whatever, and makes them more transparent. There's nothing you can do about it. It's just a matter of how much. And so I can just tell there's still a bunch of paint on there. So I do need to spin a bunch more. Before I do that, I again want to make sure that I have my favorite parts fairly close to the middle so I won't lose them. I do usually this. I guess, well, this is more or less experience, but I'm thinking that at this point it might still double in size. And what that means is half of the canvas will be shown. I would assume it would be this. So this part, if I spin now, will be seen, just bigger. I'm gonna lose this very, very pretty part. I hope that this part will get closer to the edge because I still have a bare spot right there. I also want to get rid of this that I messed up, and maybe this. So this is a part where the black wasn't very thick, and it does look very nice. I do like it, but sometimes it just doesn't fit into the composition. Let me spin this one more time before I stop it really quickly and see what's going on here. Okay, let's move this all over here. So with this, it's really hard to be able to see how much you have to still spin. Once you do this and the middle is moving, you just know you have to. Most people that get cracking when the piece is drying or the cells are getting wonky while it's drying is because you left too much paint on. The more you leave on, the more... One second, I gotta concentrate for a minute. The more likely it is it will crack. Because of, especially if you have warm days, the surface dries, the bottom, everything underneath is still wet, and the dry paint shrinks, and then it takes the paint underneath with it, and then you have the cracks. The wonkiness of the cells happens because the cell activator, the reason why you get cells is because the cell activator sinks through the other layers, and if you give the cell activator more chance to move, which means you have a bunch of paint underneath, it will try to do that. And then it will move. And usually you get wonky cells. Oh, that did it, didn't it? So, yes, I get it. Those paintings are dark. But man, so much more interest to compare to the other. And I will show you. I will put them next to each other. It's not that I don't like the first one. I don't know, it just has more drama. Okay, let me check though if I spun enough. To test that, usually you have the most paint, especially with canvases, because they sag in the middle. Most paint in the middle. And I guess it's okay. It's like, I would say 3/4 of an eighth of an inch. That would be 3/30 seconds, right? Oh, you Americans and your weird way of measuring things. Okay, I'm gonna give it one more. Perfect would be 1/16. That would be perfect. And I think that was a good call. A lot is still running on the edges. I'm gonna give it one more. Okay, liking this. I'm almost done here, so if you guys have questions that I have not answered, this would be the time. Oh, what did I do there? What is that? Something. Oh, there's something. I don't know if you can see that. I have to get my specialty tweezers. They have a super pointy things. So, oh, I don't know where that came from. Oh, gee. Got it. Oh, almost did not. I don't know if you can see that. And I don't know where that came from. Oh well. Oh, yeah, I like it. Let me, real quick. Just getting rid of the paint underneath and on the edges to make sure it's not taking all my paint off of the canvas. And I just use a palette knife for that here. Oops. Okay. Cleaning the spinner. Did you guys know that Spinner in German means crazy person? Just a little fun fact. Okay. Number one. Let me get the other one. Carla, thank you. You don't have to. I'm rich at heart. Okay, I'm just trying to get Louise. Yes, I guess it. Oh. Oh yeah, it's something my mom would say. She thinks I'm a nut. Does not understand me at all, but she loves me. Okay. Oops, don't mess it up, girl. All right, let me see if I have both of them in focus. Bunch of spinners here, yes? Okay. See the difference? I love this one. There's something going on with my... See this part here? I'm gonna get you down in a second. noticed that yesterday. There must be something in my paint. That would be the black. It's not really flocculating, but it's doing weird things. Kind of melting into nowhere. Okay. Let me get you down here. Let's start with this guy. So there you can see what I was talking about with the black. I'm not quite sure what that is. It's an old. No, wait, it's not that old. I mixed it up yesterday. Well, yeah, I love the colors. Definitely a winner. Let me see if I can show you the bling. I really can barely see it with my own eyes. A little bit of the abalone. You can see it in the reflections over there. There, you can see it. Yeah, the Q-Nug is just a winner, no matter what. Okay, number one. Number two. Gosh. Oh, there you can see the bling way better. And then if you do something with your palette knife without selectivator on it, you do this. Yes, I'm using 1-to-1 selectivator. Eyeballed. That's my favorite spot. And well, yeah, it is dark. I know. And I'm not quite sure if I do not like that because you do want the contrast, and it's hard to use a different kind of faux pillow other than black, because you want not only the missing word, the contrast. You also want an opaque color. So underneath this, for example, there, see that blue dot? That was an air bubble. It popped, and the color underneath showed up, which is that blue. So, what was my point? See that? Wow, it looks like a solar flare or something. That's so cool. So and if that black was not saturated enough and not opaque enough, you would see all the colors that are floating around underneath here, and then you don't have that contrast anymore. Hope that makes kind of sense. Hi. Well, happy? Oh, let me check on questions. Question. I don't see questions. Marion! Liebe Grüße zurück nach Deutschland. Ich komme da ja gerade her. Hallo Karin. Ziemlich cool, was? Oh, to you Germans, I'm gonna do a German whatever video soon. Just because I miss speaking German and I thought you might like it. Good night, Lulu. Oh, yes. So the sennelier, which is, Lulu gave me a little tube of a quinacridone gold, which is really close to the Quinac because it's not done anymore. I will do that. I will add a little bit of azo yellow and see. And to all of you, bye. See you Friday for a video. Shut up. For the members, I'm gonna do a live this week or on the weekend. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not quite sure when I've got the time for it, but it's gonna be this week. Philip. No, I just put water on the back. That's it. And just to make it tighter. If, you know, sometimes I'm pretending I'm high-end, and then I tape the back. But in the end, I'm lazy, and I don't do it. You could, though. But I think that the paint on behind kind of tells a story. So I leave it. Okay. I don't see any questions. Oh, thanks, Lynn. I'm trying to not go to bed now, but maybe have another matcha. And I love you guys. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye.